Hello, Western Oregon sports fans, and welcome back to this preview edition of Wolves Weekly. I'm your host today, Danny Barnes, and joining me in studio again, we have head coach Brady Bergeson. How are you doing today, Brady?
Great, thanks, Danny. Thanks for having me.
Well, you guys will be taking the men's team on a bit of a unique road trip this week, where you guys will go down to California on Saturday, face Notre Dame de Namur of the Pac West, which is always a big D2 game, regional rankings and everything else like that. And then you guys will turn right around, go up to Pullman, Washington, and face a D1 opponent in Washington State University. Tell me a little bit about this trip.
Well, you know, it's a unique trip. It is. We scheduled it that way, partially out of necessity. But, you know, our eyes are set on that first game, and there won't be any talk about the Washington State game with the team until after that game is over. This is a big game for us. Certainly, it's an in-region game on the road against a tough opponent. Notre Dame de Namur is undefeated at home. They've got a good team who's very good at home. They can beat you in a number of ways. They've got some good interior play, some tough kids inside. Their guard play is very good. They can go a little bit big. They have a number of 6'6", 6'7" guys that they can have some big lineups with big guards. And they can go a little smaller and quicker. They can go a little 4 out, 1 in, and shoot the ball from a number of different positions. So they've got some different looks that we'll have to deal with on the road down there at their place, where again they're 3-0 this year.
Fantastic. And then, as we just mentioned, you guys had the opportunity to face Washington State University, a D1 opponent in your regular season schedule. What opportunities does that present when you get to play somebody like that? You know,
it's just that it's a great opportunity for our guys to go out, you know, on the road and see kind of a big time school and go up and measure ourselves against them. You know, Washington State, as you'd expect, is loaded with good talent, and you know, here we are. We're going to hop on a plane Saturday afternoon and get in late night on Saturday night, wake up and play an afternoon game on Sunday against the Pac-12 school. So we'll have, we won't be short on challenges this weekend here. But, you know, we're going to get out there and we're going to compete. And, you know, our guys are a confident bunch. We've played on the road before, and this is just another great test for our guys to go and see what we can do.
And there's another kind of unique thing that comes out right after that game. You guys play Washington State University on Sunday, and then other things come about on Monday, where you guys aren't going to be able to practice, and you guys kind of take a little hiatus in the middle of your season.
Yeah, you know, it's a new rule, which I think is a great rule. It's called Life in the Balance, and it's unique to Division II. So essentially, we can't touch our guys between the 20th and the 26th of December to shut it down for them to have kind of that break, that holiday break in there. And you know, the downside is that again, we ramp it back up in conference play starting on the 29th, so we come back, practice the 27th. You know, basically we have 2 days to prepare. Now, everybody's in the same ballpark. We all have to deal with the same rules and the same short game prep. And, you know, quite frankly, I think it's a good rule, but what it's going to do is it's going to put the onus on the players to stay fit and sharp over that break on their own, because we can't enforce anything, run any practices, run anything at all. So we're hands off, and they're gonna have to take some responsibility and you know, keep themselves fit and sharp for when we come back.
Well, fantastic. And as you mentioned, you do have GNAT games coming back right after that little hiatus. You guys will be playing 2 games at home. You guys will take on Seattle Pacific on the 29th, that Thursday, December 29th at home. Yep. And then you guys will come back. Montana State Billings will come into town on the 31st. So 2 big games right there, as you guys, who are right now 2-0 in the GNAC, look to continue your winning ways in the conference as well. And as you mentioned, everybody might be in the same boat, but always a challenge, I'm sure, of keeping the attention and focus of your kids when they get a chance to get out, have some fun, and be with their families for a little bit of time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, Brady, just want to say thank you very much for coming in, just giving everybody a little insight into some of the opponents Western Oregon has coming up in these next couple weeks over the Christmas holiday for the school anyway, and things like that.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. And thank you all for joining us on this edition of Wolves Weekly.